Bro, you just dissed me for the final time. Bro, you just showed me disrespect. The only course of action left is to take this to the ring. This coming Monday night, we're gonna duke it out for keeper. And I will climb to the top rope and jump and kick you in the face. And I've been training all my wrestling skills, so I will surely win. It doesn't matter if it's submission, elimination, or just pin. And when I beat you, everyone will know how weak you are. You'll lose your job. I'll take your fans and take your girl, and then I'm gonna take your belt.
Welcome to Marking Out in the Morning, coming to you live from Audacity Solutions Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. This is the first and only live daily morning call-in pro wrestling news and rumors podcast, a podcast that favors Seth Rollins above all other wrestlers currently. It's a shout out to one of my guys in the Periscope room. It is October 21st, 9:08 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10:08 Eastern, 7:08 Pacific. You do the math for anywhere else, although I do know it's 4:08 p.m. in Sweden and 12:38 p.m. in some parts of Australia. What else do you need to know? My name's The Audacity. I'll be your host today. If you're listening to this right now with me, then you know that you can check us out every morning, every weekday morning on Periscope, or maybe you're listening on Blog Talk Radio. And if you need to know how to get the links to those live feeds every morning, whether you want to listen on Periscope or Blog Talk Radio, if you follow us on Twitter, those links go out all the time. So, yeah, that's the best way to keep up, is follow us on Twitter at HEELZiggler_com. The Periscope channel is the same thing if you understand Periscope at all, at HEELZiggler_com. Show is brought to you by HEELZiggler.com. So, and not only can you listen live and get updated on all the news, rumors, gossip, previews, and results that you could possibly need, but you can also interact. And if you're not being a troll like this pseudo John Cena fan in the Periscope room, I'll actually acknowledge you and respond to your comments if you hop in the Periscope room. If you're on Twitter, I have my Twitter open. I lied, I don't have it open, but I will right now, just in case anyone wants to tweet anything. Then I'll be there to see that you tweeted me, because, you know, notifications. And I'll talk about it if it seems worth it. Or if you really want, yeah, you're right, Ziggler is cool. That is why the owner of the website named it HEELZiggler.com, because they really just want Dolph Ziggler to talk to them, I think. You can also give us a call, 657-383-1786. That is how you can call to talk live on the podcast, which streams live. Or you can even just listen on your phone if you don't want to turn on the internet for some reason. You can, you know, yeah, I don't know what this weird tweet is. Sorry, I was just looking at some of my notifications. Looks kind of weird. I don't understand what's happening. I've been away for a while, guys. I was stuck in Missouri for a few days. This is my first day back at Audacity Solutions Studios. So, trying to get back on track here real quick. There wasn't a whole lot of news. I didn't wake up super early like I normally do. There wasn't a lot of real good news anyway. Nothing that seems super relevant for TNA or ROH or GFW that we haven't already discussed over and over and over. Basically what we're going to talk about today is what's going on with Randy Orton, what's going on with Luke Harper, and what about those is internet rumor and what seems to be actual truth. We're actually going to talk a little bit about the tons and tons of cast members of Tough Enough that are getting signed to NXT developmental deals, none of which are necessarily unworthy. It just seems like, well, it doesn't really matter if you win the show, is the message they're sending. We're also going to talk about the shakeup for the Hell in a Cell card, which is directly related to the Randy Orton, Luke Harper mess that we talked about a few seconds ago. So that's what we're going to do. Before I get to that, though, I do want to give you guys spoiler-free previews both for tonight's NXT and for tomorrow night's SmackDown. It's easy to find spoilers online. I don't like to read spoilers. I like to know what's going to happen without knowing the outcome for sure. So yeah, and I do agree with a lot of the comments my Rollins hater is making, aside from his Rollins hate speech. He's doing really well. Wow, this episode of Raw features Val Venus versus Mankind. How weird. So, let's see. Let's get to those previews here real quick. My friend Sesker the Encyclopedic, who is the man I have on for our trivia episodes, he's the one. Also, okay, let me just call out this guy in the Periscope room. Wrestling is obviously real. What they're doing is super real. They're actually body slamming each other and pinning each other for 3 seconds. They're actually making each other tap out. I understand that you're upset about it, but seriously, it's totally real, and that's the only reason I watch it, because that's the only thing I watch on TV are real stuff, right? Like sitcoms, those are real. That's why I watch them. They're like, you know, everything on TV is real, right? Because that's how I understand watching TV. If it's happening on TV, it must be real. So thanks for adding to the conversation. You're being real helpful, idiot. So let's see. Andrew Sesker. Sesker the Encyclopedic. They are... he's the guy, again, who is on with me for the trivia nights. So he also provides me with spoiler-free NXT and SmackDown previews. Because again, he doesn't care about spoilers. I don't understand why you would watch wrestling if you already know the outcomes and you haven't seen it. It's not like you're rewatching it. I don't get that. But whatever. I appreciate that he doesn't mind it because it lets me be able to give you guys spoiler-free previews. So now that I'm done with that little soapbox I was on a second ago, tonight's NXT card looks good. Baron Corbin versus Rhino, Alexa Bliss versus Peyton Royce, whatever. Enzo and Big Cass versus Dawson and Wilder. Are those guys who they call the Mechanics? I get a lot of those team names mixed up. The NXT debut, if you hadn't heard, of James Storm. He faces Danny Burch. And Asuka faces Billy Ray in what appears to be the main event. And again, to my friend who keeps telling me that Jimmy Snuka said it was fake and whoever else you said it was fake. I don't care what you say. I know that wrestling is absolutely real, and WWE would never admit that they're fake because they're not. They've never said anything in reality about how what they do is just TV. They've never admitted that what they're doing is an actual fighting. It's the exact same thing as MMA. UFC, WWE, it's the same thing. Why do you think Brock Lesnar did both, buddy? Because they're both super real. I don't know what you think Don Morocco and Iron Sheik could possibly know about it that I don't know, but it's real, man. It's real. Why do you think Donald Trump would show up to it and get involved if it wasn't real? Okay? Why do you think a guy like Daniel Bryan could totally beat up Brock Lesnar? Only in reality. That doesn't happen in fake worlds. Vegans don't beat up UFC champions in fake world. That only happens in the real world, okay? Okay? There's no way that Vince McMahon gets blown up on a fake TV show and then shows up the next week to talk about someone else dead. That's only on shows that are absolutely real, where there's nothing fake going on. So, yeah, I don't know why you think it's fake. It looks so real. Have you ever seen what they do? It looks so real. How could you possibly fake it? I mean, they're actually punching each other every time. They're actually dropping each other on their heads. Those tables and chairs they use are the toughest, sturdiest tables and chairs that are available. There's nothing they use for padding. They don't practice it. They don't rehearse it. They don't intentionally try to keep each other safe at all. They're actually trying to hurt each other, and they actually are able to throw each other down enough that they keep their shoulders down for 3 seconds. I don't know how you don't understand that that's real, man. What is your problem? Anyway, NXT card tonight looks good. I mean, the real matches between Baron Corbin versus Rhino, when they really fight tonight, that'll be good. When Alexa Bliss really fights Peyton Royce tonight, that'll be good. when Enzo Amore, who is obviously really a good fighter in real life, teams up with Big Cass to face Dawson and Wilder. That'll be a good real match. The real match between James Storm and Danny Burch will be good, and the real Azuka versus Billy Ray will be really good because it's really real. Also, Thursday night for SmackDown, we won't talk too much about it. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, Miz TV with Ziggler and Summer Rae, so that should go out to my Rollins hating friend. Should be looking forward to that. Nikki Bella versus Paige, Sheamus and Wade Barrett versus the Lucha Dragons, Ryback versus Bo Dallas, and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus The New Day. So that's SmackDown. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I don't want to get too much into it tonight. But, oh man, The Godfather's coming out on Raw here beside me. Let's get to... This is not really much of a news day. It's more of a gossipy, speculative, rumory day. Trying to sort through the rumors of what's going down with Randy Orton, what's going down with Luke Harper, and what's going down with everybody. No, Dustin, there's another guy in the room. He's a big Rollins hater, but a big Ziggler Lana fan. That's all I was talking about. I don't know if he's still in the room. He was a minute ago. I think he may have exited, along with the guy who was also arguing with me about whether or not wrestling was real. Last minute alterations. Oh, I'm just reading. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, if you saw Raw at all, there were a lot of weird things that happened. 1, Luke Harper was not there. 2, Eric Rowan was there. 3, all of a sudden Randy Orton goes missing on a tour, and they won't give an explanation why. 4, they just stop talking about the Hell in a Cell kickoff match and start talking about a new one. So, a lot of people were speculating as to why Randy Orton didn't show up, whether this was some sort of weird booking decision from WWE Creative or what was going on. What actually happened is he's had a sore shoulder for a long time, and it finally got so bad that he just really couldn't wrestle anymore. So he stopped showing up to wrestle, and just like they had to do with the, I don't know why they did with the Lana Rusev thing, WWE kind of awkwardly tried to deal with it by just saying, we don't know what happened to him, and then the Wyatt saying, rah, rah, rah. So that was the explanation for that. Luke Harper is not being punished for the Chris Jericho Instagram photo people were talking about, which I talked about with Kaz and V-Dog yesterday. It was personal issues, is from what everyone can tell. It just happened to be that Luke Harper finally returned that day. That was already going to happen. Eric Rowan. So Eric Rowan just happened to be returning anyway. Luke Harper had personal issues he needed to deal with, so could not be on Raw. And that's all there is to it. No one's being punished for the Chris Jericho Instagram. That was just more gossip. So you can fully expect a 4-man Wyatt family going forward. Randy Orton will be back as soon as the injury is resolved. The kickoff show is now going to be Dolph Ziggler and Neville and Cesaro versus Barrett, Sheamus, and who's the other one? And Rusev, which just happened on Monday Night Raw, by the way, and kind of had a clean finish, basically. So that's the new kickoff show match. Dean Ambrose now, I would guess, is matchless. He will probably help out when the Wyatt family tries to get involved in the Hell in a Cell match. He may come down. I don't know who will come with him. Maybe the primetime players. He'll bring somebody down, you gotta believe. But maybe he'll be the one to respond to the U.S. Open Challenge. If he doesn't have an actual match and John Cena's taking time off, last time Cena did that, they gave Dean Ambrose a spotlight for a minute. Maybe tonight, Sunday, they will do that. Dean Ambrose will answer the Open Challenge. He'll take the title. Cena goes off TV. Ambrose gets elevated. Then he takes that title with him to the main event. Not to the main event. That can't be the main event. To the Orton. Gosh, to the Reigns Wyatt cell match. Whatever. So that's that. I think I cleared all that up, right? So, again, Luke Harper not being punished. Randy Orton had a sudden injury. Match had to get pulled. Replaced with another exciting 6-man tag match. So, the current card for NXT, what am I talking about? The current card, maybe I have it up, maybe I don't. I thought I had it somewhere. Well, we'll talk about that later. We don't really need to know the entire card for the show because it's like a few days away and I have at least 2 more episodes of this to do before then. So, let's see. The other thing I want to talk about was more of the losers from the seasons of Tough Enough contest were signed to WWE, to NXT deals at least. So obviously, the winners, Josh and Sarah, have already been signed. That was the whole point of the show, those two. You've probably heard that ZZ was signed for whatever. I mean, I get it a little bit. You probably also heard that Mandy, aka Amanda from Tough Enough, has joined the Total Divas squad. Just yesterday or the day before, Patrick from Tough Enough was signed. And now word is that Mata and Daria have both been signed. So this is according to PW Insider. I'm reading it at dailyddt.com, somehow involved with Fansided. But WWE has signed former competitors Mata Abdelhamid, I'm destroying that name, and Daria Bernardo. Mata was eliminated 1 week after Clark, and Bernardo was the first girl eliminated in episode 3. This makes it a total of 7 competitors from this past season of Tough Enough signed to WWE. Yeah, I guess that does. 7? Wait, 7? Did I count that many? Josh, Sarah, ZZ, Amanda, Patrick. Oh yeah, geez, 7. So there you have it. So I don't know if they do bring on another season of Tough Enough, because I'm not sure they have room on their roster to sign half of the people who come on the show. Also, I wonder how the NXT guys are feeling about this. I wonder if it's putting more pressure on some of them, and some of them could be getting released with this influx of talent. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's really about all there was today, guys. I'm gonna look up, there's this terrible article that I read at kdramastars.com, which is sort of like a Korean TMZ site, that I read about John Cena and Nikki Bella sort of teasing that maybe they're getting married, but really all it is Nikki Bella saying he's not as close to it as he used to be, and they're just reporting something that was on E! News. So really, guys, that's about all I got today. We've already gone over, maybe I'll go over the NXT card just a little bit, just to fill a few minutes of time here. But let me give my predictions, I guess, for tonight's NXT card. You got Baron Corbin versus Rhino. Rhino is brought in to put over other talent. Baron Corbin, you know, is high on Triple H's list, so you gotta believe Baron Corbin goes over. Alexa Bliss and Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce doesn't even matter. Alexa Bliss is clearly challenging for the NXT Women's title soon, so that one's got to go to Bliss. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus Dawson Wilder. I want to say Enzo and Big Cass. They deserve the win for sure. They're definitely more over and definitely more deserving, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. James Storm obviously is not going to lose his debut match to Danny Burch, and Azuka is not going to lose her match to Billy Ray. Instead, she's going to make pretty quick work of her. Then Dana and Emma will come, and there'll be some weird, awkward stuff. So yeah, that is basically it for today's show, guys. Gonna play the clip. Let me just make sure. Let me recheck the headlines. We got a few minutes. I mean, man, but otherwise I'm going to play the closing clip and get out of here. Don't forget, you can subscribe via iTunes, via Blog Talk Radio, via Stitcher Radio, via YouTube. Follow us on Twitter to catch our daily Periscope. You can follow us on both of those. That's really all I got. Yeah, I can't get to my news feed. I'm over it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the closing clip, guys. Sorry for such a negative attitude today. Maybe tomorrow I'll be a little happier.
Marking Out in the Morning is proud to be recorded in Des Moines, Iowa at Audacity Solutions Studios. You can check us out at HEELZiggler.com. Follow us on Twitter at HEELZiggler_com. The song you hear at the beginning of the show was recorded in Des Moines, Iowa by my friend Campbell D'Souza with recording studios of Phil Young. You likely also heard the song Parsec by the artist Arma Puros, which I downloaded for free at noisetrade.com. The album Timelines, and got permission from Arma Puros on Twitter for that. I also downloaded the song you're hearing right now at noisetrade.com. It is by a band called Ampersand. The song is called Aurora Borealis. It's on their album Trial and Triumph. Available for free at noisetrade.com. I haven't got their permission for this yet, but I hope to do so in the future. I tweet them about it, so we'll see what happens. You may also hear a more aggressive song that would be Ready, Set, Fire by a website called incompetech.com, where you can download stuff like that to use for your own goods, royalty free. Marking Out in the Morning is here every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can subscribe to our podcast at iTunes or Stitcher. Just search for Audacity Solutions Podcast. And of course, you can listen live every day or listen to the entire archive at blogtalkradio.com/Audacity Solutions.